Welcome to Beardy, Bruce Lee Central.
Hey everybody, it's Birdie here. What's going on, guys? Okay, so we know that Bruce Lee was in a bunch of street fights in his life. When he lived in Hong Kong, it was almost a daily occurrence. And Bruce Lee built this reputation of being this invincible, unbeatable student of Ip Man. And Bruce Lee was genuinely feared by people in Hong Kong, especially in the Kung Fu community. So when Bruce Lee moved to the United States, all of this changed because nobody knew him there. But when he opened a Kung Fu school, the reputation started spreading again, and people started taking notice of his name, and suddenly people started recognizing him in the Kung Fu community, that now Bruce Lee was in the United States and he was teaching the art of Kung Fu to the Westerners. So obviously you can imagine how many people wanted to challenge Bruce Lee from the Kung Fu community. There were a lot of Kung Fu schools in the United States. Bruce Lee wasn't the first one to open a Kung Fu school. He was one of the early ones, but not the first one. So there was a Kung Fu community in the United States, and they were out to get Bruce Lee. They wanted to challenge him because it was all about superiority of the school. Okay, so the one that had the best teacher, the best Sifu, the best grandmaster, that was the best school in the country. So usually when Bruce Lee got a challenge, he declined the challenge. He wasn't interested in fighting random people from the Kung Fu community. But when teachers, instructors, Sifus, masters contacted Bruce Lee and issued a challenge, he would accept those challenges because it was all about building a reputation for his school, okay? So this is one of those cases. The guy he's fighting in this picture is a Kung Fu master from a nearby school. And he heard about Bruce Lee's school and he went over there and he issued a challenge to Bruce, and Bruce Lee accepted. And this fight, ladies and gentlemen, did not last long. As you can see there, they have the same pose as Bruce Lee had versus O'Hara in Enter the Dragon. So the fight didn't last long at all. Bruce Lee completely annihilated this guy, and they were both respectful. After a fight, this guy even bowed to Bruce Lee and said that your Kung Fu is better than my Kung Fu. I concede that. So that's the entire fight. Most of the fights that Bruce Lee had, most of the fights that I've heard of, went exactly like this. Bruce Lee just spent a couple of minutes just annihilating the opponent in front of him, and the guy would be respectful back, bow to him, and concede that his school, that his philosophy, that his Kung Fu was better than his. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.